Welcome, everyone. Let's dig into the process of writing one's own autobiography, um, and how this guide breaks it all down step
Yeah,
by step.
absolutely. So, the guide emphasizes starting with two big questions: why write your story and for whom? It's like, what's your motivation and who's going to be reading it?
Exactly. It's all about reflection. It pushes you to think, are you sharing to inspire others, to preserve personal history, or to impart some wisdom learned along the
True.
way?
And once you've got that motivation down, the next step is choosing a focus for your narrative. The guide suggests making a list of influential people, places, or events that have really left a mark, right?
Right. It's like zeroing in on the thread that ties your life together, your theme, if you will. It's like finding the heart of your story by identifying those key transformative moments.
Exactly, yeah. Then comes deciding on your structure. I found it interesting that the guide compares a chronological structure with a thematic one. It really makes you ask, do you want to take your readers on a linear journey or highlight recurring themes?
Yeah, exactly. It even suggests using flashbacks effectively, blending present and past. It's like crafting a mosaic of memories that gives depth to your narrative.
Yep, indeed. And speaking of crafting depth, there's a big focus on writing techniques to engage readers, using rich imagery, descriptive language, metaphors, similes.
Yes, those techniques really transform a plain narrative into something vibrant. It's like my heart burned like a wildfire instead of simply saying I was very emotional.
I like that analogy. But one thing I was wondering, don't you think sometimes the advice on detailed descriptions could potentially slow down the narrative if overdone?
That's a fair critique. Sure, you want your readers to feel immersed, but you need to balance show versus tell. The guide does note to avoid overly prolonged or irrelevant details. It actually advises staying precise and keeping the narrative engaging.
Exactly, balance is key. And then there's the section on what not to include, like confidential info or sensitive personal details. It's a reminder to be mindful of privacy and respect for others when recounting experiences.
Yeah, that's crucial. Not every painful or personal detail needs crowding the pages. It's about selecting what truly adds value to your story, creating an inspirational narrative rather than diminishing it with excess negativity.
Right, absolutely. Now let's talk about the editing process. The guide really stresses taking a break before you dive into revisions to get a fresh perspective.
That's so important. You step away and then come back. You spot inconsistencies or shifts in tone that could confuse your reader. And it's interesting how the guide suggests enlisting beta readers or even a writing group for constructive
Yeah,
feedback.
getting that outside perspective really does help. And then there's a pretty neat list of reflective questions to guide your brainstorming. Things like, what was the best moment? What influenced your life? So practical, but also deeply personal.
Absolutely. Those questions serve as a roadmap, helping you catalog memories that might otherwise be lost in the shuffle of everyday life. It's like creating a diary of your evolution
Totally.
over time.
I also love how the guide uses examples of well known autobiographies for inspiration. It mentions Malcolm X, Maya Angelou, Trevor Noah, Tina Fey, and Jeanette Walls. That really shows the range of voices and styles you can have.
Yes, drawing inspiration from such diverse voices drives home the point that every story is unique. Their narratives are filled with personal triumphs and challenges, but they balance vulnerability with strength.
Definitely, it's inspiring. And now, let's not overlook the practical tools mentioned. For instance, the guide recommends lifestory.ai as a modern helper. A bit like having a personal biographer right at your fingertips to structure your memories.
Yeah, it sounds like a smart resource, especially for those who might be daunted by the prospect of organizing their life story on their own. It's very much about removing barriers to self expression.
Absolutely, it lowers the entry barrier. I'm curious though, what do you think about the balance between tech assistants like lifestory.ai and the personal, raw emotion that autobiographies should capture?
That's a great point. While tech tools can help organize and refine your narrative, they should never replace the deeply personal voice of the writer. It's like using a high-quality microphone without losing the unique tone of your voice. You have to maintain authenticity and vulnerability.
Yeah, totally agree. So, if I wanted to apply this guide, first I'd ask, why am I writing my story? Then figure out, who's my audience, pick a focus, craft an outline, and start filling in the details with vivid descriptions, right?
Precisely. It's a process that starts with introspection and transitions into drafting, fleshing out themes, and then iteratively polishing your work.
Sounds methodical. And it's very empowering, isn't it? The idea that with a bit of structure and the right reflectiveness, anyone can capture the essence of their life in a compelling narrative.
Yeah, it really demystifies autobiography writing. It takes something that seems overwhelming and distills it into clear, manageable steps. It's like turning a mountain into a series of small,
Right,
climbable
that analogy
hills.
hits home. In the end, whether your story is peppered with your achievements, failures, or everyday moments, the key is to stay true to your experiences. No need to overshare the negatives, just focus on what truly shaped you.
Exactly. Focusing on positive growth and meaningful lessons makes your narrative resonate with readers. It's about capturing the journey of growth in a way that's honest and, well, inspirational.
Yep, inspirational indeed. This guide offers a well rounded approach, practical steps, creative tips, and even caution about what to skip. It's definitely a great companion for anyone ready to tell their life story.
Absolutely. And remember, the process itself is a journey of self discovery. Embrace it, and the writing becomes a reflection of who you are.
Couldn't have said it better. Thanks for the insightful discussion. I'm feeling inspired to perhaps revisit my own story.
My pleasure. Here's to all the storytellers out there. May your words light your path as much as they spark inspiration in others.